What's up, my brothers and my sisters from another mister? Today we're going to do a comic book review of Spawn, issue number 9, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. 800 years ago in a journal entry, Angela reads about Hellspawn and Heaven's goal of exterminating them. She reads about the rules specified are only for Hellspawns and living realms, and those in beyond realms are not to be touched unless an official declaration of war is made with Hell. The entry explains the best way to kill a Hellspawn is when it is still new and unadjusted to its car space, or in other words, adjusted to its symbiote costume. That is when they are chronically confused and new at using their powers. Because of this, they are also brass and use way too much power as opposed to a more experienced Hellspawn. For this reason, while they're most vulnerable as a new Hellspawn, they are also potentially more dangerous and unpredictable because they're new, they're getting used to their powers, and you ain't no telling what their habits are. The journal explains that these Hellspawns are sent to Earth, usually once every 100 years, and no more than one at a time are potential officers in Malbosia's future war. The living realm acts as a trial to see if they are fit to lead. The best way to kill them is a surprise attack, but beware their suit or car pace, as they are equally wily in their younger years. Angela recalls posing as a young woman in distress in the 12th century when Medieval Spawn, a new Hellspawn at the time, spots her. She asks him to take her to a remote location to save her sister from an ogre. Angela recalls reading how new Hellspawns are drawn to people who need help when they are first reborn. In the cave, she surprises him from behind and strikes him with her dimensional lance to kill him. In the present day, 800 years later, Spawn speaks with Cagliostro, who not only knows his name, but knows about Hell and how it operates. And during their conversation, Cagliostro requests Spawn to summon wine as training and a reward exercise, and Spawn is not sure how he can do that, being a new Hellspawn and all. Cogs tells him to close his eyes and concentrate. Feel it deep inside himself, but not too deep as it'll lower Spawn's energy levels. The trick is pulling energy from his symbiote costume. The costume is a neutral parasite, but that doesn't mean he can't borrow a little energy from it. So he finally makes wine appear out of thin air using a little bit of his power. In this panel right here, Angela appears at work, where she meets Gabriel, who informs her Rafaela has left her in charge of this world. Gabriel is an angel who is the director at the Terrain Affairs headquarters after the departure of Rafaela. Angela shows her little regard for Gabriela talking down to her for being a freelancer, and Angela reveals that she has a hunting permit. Gabriel admits she can't stop her from hunting, but she requests it to be quick, clean, and not to make her job harder than what it needs to be. Whatever that means, they keep it low and discreet, I guess. None of that stalking and trailing nonsense. Just get the kill and get in and get out with it. Angela heard there's a new Hellspawn that has surfaced, Al Simmons, and she wants some of that smoke. So in this panel right here, we go back to Spawn and Cagliostro talking, and Spawn tells him, for the last time, I want to know how you knew I was Al Simmons. And Cog's like, geez, you're a good kid, but you're really not very bright. You got a ways to go, my man. I mean, I know all about your costume and the phase you went through with Malbosia. What phase you talking about? You know, Malbosia, the guy you made a deal with to give me this costume and I'll serve you just as long as I get my wife back kind of guy? And Spawn's like, I see. So you know that I did a deal with the devil. And Cog's like, yes, you did do a deal with the devil. You hadn't even stopped to think about it just 1 second? I mean, to think about which deal you done the devil with? Like, there's a lot of devils. And Spawn's like, what? I thought there was only one devil. No, you don't get it, do you? Listen, kid, half the guys in this alleyway did a deal with the devil at some point. Their devil gave them power and wealth and love and fame, everything they ever wanted. Then he come collecting, and they have to be bums in the alleyway for the next however long that needs to be. That's how I came about in the picture. So look, Sonny, meaning Spawn, there's a lot you don't understand about what's been happening to you. And then Angela taps Spawn behind the back. Excuse me, can we talk? And Spawn's like, look, man, who are you? Men call me Angela. Look, Angela, says Spawn, if you don't mind, I'm kind of busy right now, and I've got a lot on my mind. And she's like, I know. That's how I got this close. And then she transforms into Warrior Angela, and they go into battle right now. And she uses her dimensional lance to pin Spawn down. Hey, lady, says Spawn, I don't want to hurt you. I know, says Angela. I don't want to hurt you either. I want to destroy you. And she blasts him, and Spawn turns into this flimsy, rubbery, liquid symbiote goo. And she looks at him just in that goop, but For some reason, she goes in. And when she goes in and they go into this dimension where Angela and Spawn have this moment, I don't know if Angela realizes this is too much power for me. She tells him, please, I can't. Please, I guess she's being summoned back by either Rachel or Gabriella or something like that. So she goes up into the air, and all they could just do is look at in amazement and say, wow. And Kog's like, hey, Simmons, that was pretty impressive. You don't often see an angel take off like that, like a bat out of hell. That was an angel, says Spawn, but she tried to kill me. Like I said, Al, there's a lot you don't know. She dropped this, says Al. He picks up her dimensional lance, and there's some kind of button that he notices, and when he pushes that button, he gets beamed up, and that's where we end this issue with Cog saying, like I said, a good kid, just not very bright. And we get a quick glimpse at Spawn's rookie years in Spawn issue number 9. What you guys think of this comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, if you'd like to add this comic book to your comic book collection, if you're a comic book collector of key issues, this is definitely one you may want to consider, because it's the first appearance of Cagliostro, Angela, and Medieval Spawn in the Spawn series, so definitely consider that adding to your collection. Also, check out RatedComics.com if you wish to add some really cool Rated Comics exclusives to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. If you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to this channel. Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.